It could dramatically change the way police in this country operate. A case before the U.S. Supreme Court is challenging the use of deadly force by police when it comes to the mentally ill. Only News 3's Dave DeLosier has the story of how a court ruling could change police training.
It is a scene played out too often. In this case, the use of deadly force by a police officer in Florida. It left a 25-year-old mentally ill man dead, and he is not alone. According to a 2013 report from the National Sheriff's Association, at least half of all police shootings involve an individual with a mental illness.
It's deplorable. You know, people with mental illness didn't ask to be sick.
A case before the U.S. Supreme Court may force a change in how police handle calls involving the mentally ill. It focuses on a San Francisco case in which a mentally ill woman at a group home was shot by police when she came at them with a knife. The U.S. Supreme Court will decide if the Americans with Disabilities Act affords the mentally ill special accommodations by police in volatile situations.
You know, a disability is something that is protected and should be given accommodations. And if agencies don't do that, then I think they should be held accountable.
Sue Petkoshik is the president of Miami-Dade County and says what this comes down to is changing the training for police, specifically crisis intervention training. That is something the Madison police have already embraced. Last fall, MPD taught a 4-day CIT training program to 15 officers from Dane and Columbia counties. It focuses on de-escalating situations with the mentally ill.
CIT training is critical in having police know what to do in those situations. And communities where they've had CIT have shown by the numbers of arrests and the number of people going to jail that it works.
Regardless of the outcome of the U.S. Supreme Court case, acceptance by law enforcement here in southern Wisconsin of crisis intervention training is undeniably increasing. So much so that registration for a CIT class scheduled for June is already filling up. And there is discussions about adding another session for later this year. In Madison, this is Dave DeLosier, WISC News 3.